Buenos dias. Well, good morning. So right now I am in Death Valley, California. The last vlog I did, I was on the Oregon coast, and I drove for about 2.5, almost 3 days to get to California. I had to drive through Nevada and then cut back west into California to get to Death Valley. This was the warmer spot in the southwestern US. When I arrived here, it was about plus 24, plus 25, or is that Fahrenheit? About 72, I guess, 73, maybe more, 74. But it's warmed up. It's almost 30 degrees Celsius, which has been really nice during the day. After I left the Oregon coast, I headed inwards to a winery called Devitt Winery, kind of near Medford, Oregon, if you know where that is. Through another YouTuber, I found an app or a website called Harvest Host, and you pay about 70 bucks a year, and you can stay at over 500 different wineries, golf courses, breweries, distilleries, farms, ranchers, a bunch of different places you can stay for free. There's a bit of a gentleman's agreement where when you go to these wineries or golf courses, you play 9 holes or you buy a couple bottles of wine to help support them, but they let you park on their property for free. So I contacted this Devitt Winery, and Sue, who's the owner of the winery, she said, yeah, come on by, we got a place for you to park, you can plug in your trailer, we got water. And when I got there, I met Brendan, who's the grandson. He's now their winemaker. His grandfather, who started and purchased that winery, has since passed away, so he's taken over. And a beautiful spot. I'm here during harvest season. He was crushing and making wine every day that I was there, and I chatted with him and had some wine with him while he was making the wine and crushing the grapes. So it was a really cool experience. So I don't know if they'll ever get to watch this video, but Sue and Brendan, thank you very much for letting me stay at your property. And I've had a couple bottles of your wine, and it's been fantastic. So if you're ever going through Oregon, search up Devitt Winery, D-E-V-I-T-T, and definitely stop by and say hello. They've been very gracious hosts, and it was a great experience, so thank you very much to Sue and Brendan. So after leaving the winery in Oregon, I had a 12-hour drive to get to Death Valley. When you pass through southern Oregon and northern California, you pass through the redwood forests, which I've done a few years ago with Lorenzo, but I got to do it again this time around. I took a different highway to kind of wind through the forest rather than go along the coast. And there weren't too many spots to pull over to take pictures or videos of these massive trees in Northern California. I did take some dash cam video of it, but like I said, there wasn't a spot, especially with a 30-foot trailer behind me, to stop and take some good video and pictures of it. But what an experience to drive through the redwood forest. That was amazing. After I passed through Northern California, I had to cut into northern Nevada through Reno to get south on one of the highways. Lots of rocky cliffs. I did pass through one tunnel, which was pretty neat, quite a long tunnel. And then my hope was to make it all the way to the campground in Death Valley in one day. It was about a 12-13 hour drive from the winery, and here it gets dark around 4:30 in the afternoon. And then about 2 in the afternoon, I was still about 3 hours out, and I didn't want a chance coming into an unknown area at night in the dark. I mean, it's middle of the desert. There's very few street lights. It's really dark out here. So I stopped in central Nevada for the night, found a campground just to park for the night and regroup. And then I left really early in the morning so that I could pull into Death Valley, hopefully around lunchtime, and stop off at the info center, get some information on where to camp, where I can and cannot camp. My hope was to do some boondocking out here, some dry camping, but in the park itself, you really need to go off-road a lot before they'll allow you to park your camper for the night. And seeing as I don't know the area, a lot of these roads are pretty narrow where you can't really turn around the 30-foot trailer behind you. So I played it safe. I found a campground here in Furnace Creek. It's only $14 a night. There's no hookups, but there is a water station, so I can fill up the trailer full of water at any time. And with the desert sun, I don't need any power. My solar panels are charging the batteries all day and keeping the furnace running at night, so I don't need any power. And I got water right beside me. So I'm in a good central spot. There's lots of little touristy areas I'm gonna go check out later today. And yeah, just soak in the sun, relax for a little bit, and go explore Death Valley a little bit.
I've always been one fascinated with extremes. The tallest, the biggest, the farthest. And here I am, almost 300 feet below sea level, at sunset, the lowest point in North America. Look at the sun setting on the rocks. And I'm walking on salt. It's a dried up lake bed. Look at this. I'm not even gonna taste it. Maybe. Yeah, it's salt. You know, if that Mars rover is actually a fraud, a conspiracy, this is where they would have it. Maybe not at the lake bottom. Over there's more rocks and stuff, but it looks like Mars. This is really cool. Cool to experience. Look at these. Can you see them? They're really sharp. Look at that. Look at them all. It's all salt. Okay. Look at that. Where is it? There. That's really cool. That's a neat place. Look at this weird looking maze. Or this puzzle, or I don't know what the heck you call that. They just poke right up. Ooh, they're sharp. Wow. in the brochure that I got at the Death Valley Information Center, I guess, it said on there that half of the experience of Death Valley is at night. Because you're literally in the middle of the desert, there's no light pollution, and I guess you can see like the Milky Way, you can see all the stars. So I've driven probably 30 miles from the campground. It's about 50 kilometers from the campground. I turned off the main highway and I'm on this dirt road. Probably hard to see, but I'm literally in the middle of the desert at night. It's about 6 p.m. It gets dark here around 4:30. We're about a week after the full moon, so there's a small window where the sun's down and the moon's not up. So I'm gonna head outside and see how dark it really is. Okay. Flashlight just in case. Holy crap. Yeah, you can totally see the Milky Way. This is insane. I have never ever seen so many stars. I don't know if the camera can pick this up. It probably can't. There's a bit of light. It looks spooky on me. What an experience. Okay, I'm gonna sit on top of the truck and just stargaze. I'm gonna try to take some pictures with the GoPro, see if I can pick some of this up. But this